All right, let's talk about one of the most misunderstood, mythologized corners of the internet, the dark web. Honestly, the reality of what it is and where it came from is way more interesting than the fiction. And to get there, we've got to start by busting a huge myth.
So, quick question for you. When I say dark web, just close your eyes for a sec. Who do you imagine built that? What kind of person or group would create something like that?
You're probably picturing some shadowy hacker collective, right? Or maybe some kind of international crime syndicate. Or, hey, maybe even a foreign spy agency. I mean, those are the usual suspects, the ones that make for a good movie plot.
But the real answer? Get this. It was the US military. No, I'm not kidding. The technology that makes the dark web possible was first developed by the US Naval Research Laboratory. Their goal was to create a way to protect government intelligence communications online. Pretty wild, right?
Okay, so to really get what the dark web is, we need to zoom out and map the entire internet first. And the best way to think about it is like an iceberg. Because you see, most of the web is completely hidden beneath the surface.
So the part that we all see and use every day, that's the surface web. That's just the tip of the iceberg. It's anything and everything a search engine like Google can find. We're talking news websites, YouTube, Wikipedia, the public-facing stuff.
But right below that waterline is something called the deep web. And this is where the vast majority of the internet actually lives. Now, it's not as scary as it sounds. It's just all the stuff that's not indexed by Google. Think about it, your email inbox, your online banking page, your Netflix account, anything you need a password to get into. Some people estimate the deep web is like 500 times bigger than the surface web. It's huge.
And then, way down at the bottom is this tiny little slice called the dark web. It's a very small part of the deep web. And the key difference is this part is intentionally hidden. Its whole reason for being is anonymity. And you absolutely need special software to even get there.
So let's just break that down one more time. You've got the surface web, which is public and you get to it with a normal browser. Then there's the deep web, which is all your private accounts, and you use a normal browser plus a login. And finally, the dark web, anonymous sites that need a special browser, like Tor. 3 different layers, all part of the same internet.
So how does that whole anonymity thing actually work? Well, for that, we need another analogy. Forget the iceberg for a second, and let's think about an onion.
To get to the dark web, you use a special browser called Tor. And that name, Tor, actually stands for the onion router. And yep, it's called that for a very good reason. It's all about the layers.
Here's the simple version of how it works. When you try to visit a site using Tor, your request gets wrapped up in multiple layers of heavy-duty encryption, just like the layers of an onion. Then, that request is bounced randomly between a bunch of volunteer computers all over the world. At each stop, one layer of encryption gets peeled off. The final computer that sends you to your destination only knows the step right before it. It has no idea where the request originally came from. That's what makes you virtually untraceable.
Okay, so we know what it is, and we have a basic idea of how it works. But that brings us to the biggest question of all, why? Is this technology a good thing or a bad thing? And to think about that, we've got one last analogy for you. The hammer.
This quote really just nails it. A hammer isn't good or evil, right? You give it to a carpenter, and they can build a house. You give it to a burglar, and they can smash a window. The tool itself is totally neutral.
And that is the perfect way to look at the dark web. The powerful anonymity it provides can be used to build houses. It can protect journalists, dissidents, and activists in oppressive countries where speaking out could get them killed. But that exact same anonymity can be used to break windows, to run illegal marketplaces, or create a safe space for criminals to communicate.
So here's the bottom line, the most important thing to take away from all this. The technology behind the dark web, Tor, it's just a tool for creating anonymity online. That's it. It isn't inherently evil or good. Its purpose, its morality, is defined 100% by the person who decides to use it.
And that really leaves us with one big question, doesn't it? If the technology itself is neutral, then the real debate isn't about the tool at all, it's about us, the users. It forces us to ask, when you have the power of true anonymity, where do we draw the line between using it for good and using it for bad?
Hey y'all, I hope this helped you understand this stuff a little better. Let me know in the comments, and let me know if there is a topic you are curious about. Maybe I can help. You can also check out these 2 videos. Hope they help you. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hype this video. Always appreciate y'all, and thanks for stopping by the Stoop. God bless always.